Welcome. We are Big Problem, Simple Solution Consulting Agency. My name is Brennan, and I'm presenting with my friends Zola and Emma. Please review the handout, answer the questions there found, and record how much money you've earned. Artistic Builders Corporation is a residential and commercial construction company specializing in single-family homes, commercial buildings, and recently they've been building affordable housing projects on the island of Kauai on Hawaii. The Toa Luau is a Hawaiian luau based in Oahu. They have a fire show, traditional island dancing, food, and they've become one of the best luau's on the island.
So we now talk to Dennis Mateo, who is the owner of Toa Luau. He said his operating philosophy, this is the same vision and always changing his executions. So to change his executions, so he collects the customers' feedback and evaluation, surveys, and observance. And after that, he just brainstorms and announces occasional management meetings, and then just pass the new operation plans and speak to all of the organization and implement it. That is the operating philosophy. Human resource. The most important thing is building culture. When I talked to Artistic Builders owner Brian, he talked about his human resource building culture is just being on his employees' side. So once you create a culture, you have to measure again, over and over again. So to measure the culture, just talk to individuals and take a survey of all of the employees. And after that, just improve the culture. To improve the culture, just make a policy and just check the staff whether they are happy or not. And outsourcing. So Brian will talk about more information. And next one. So dealing with the disputes. So this is actually based on the how great the culture organizing. So if there is a good culture, so dealing with disputes are decided by the policy. Managing people. So our greatest asset is people. So that's what we have to hire. They have to hire good people. And also, there is the most important thing is organization culture. The organization culture, and also there is an important thing is compensation. So those things are very important to manage people. And last one is to hire the right people. If you created a good organization's culture and just ordinary people turn to right people in the bus. So the most important thing is just to tie the organization culture into the customer. That is the very important key.
Let's talk about time management. It's so important for a CEO and a management team to manage their time effectively. There's only 24 hours a day. When we asked Brian Bowers what he does when he feels like he can't get everything done that he needs to, he said the key to getting the things done is to do the most important things first. Sometimes, as a CEO, you have to delegate out responsibilities so that you can focus on your core responsibilities of making decisions and conveying your vision to others. The University of Georgia published an article stating people who practice good time management skills often find that they are more productive, less stressed, get more things done, relate positively to others, and feel better about themselves. Who wouldn't want these benefits for themselves and for their employees? We can get these benefits if we practice good time management skills. Dr. Donald E. Wetmore, author of the Productivity Handbook, stated, "Good time managers do not offer their time to those that demand it, but those that deserve it." The key to managing time effectively is to do the most important things first. A CEO cannot afford to be distracted by jobs that are not part of his core responsibilities. Dr. Donald E. Wetmore also stated that 9 out of 10 people do daydream during meetings. It's so important that we use these meetings effectively to convey vision, gather information, plan projects, and set goals. But we cannot do all of these things in every single meeting. We should have different kinds of meetings. It's best practice to separate meetings into different categories. Daily stand-up meetings can be 15 minutes or shorter and can involve everybody on a management team or everybody in a department. And during daily stand-up meetings, we set goals, review goals, and convey vision. It is best practice to keep daily stand-up meetings short, even shorter than 15 minutes. During planning meetings, they can be longer and can involve an entire management team or everybody that is going to participate in any project. During these meetings, we should plan out details of these projects. And during information gathering meetings, they can have as few as 2 people or as many people as needed to gather enough information to make decisions.
In a business, there are 3 areas of resource management, which include financial resources, tangible resources, and human resources, also known as employees or contractors. Financial resources are very important in a business as they provide revenue for the company and workers within. In most cases, the finances of a company and the money it is bringing in can be a fairly good indicator of the success and growth. There is such a thing as good and bad debt for a company. As managers, we must be able to understand where debt is beneficial, helping to further your company's growth, and where it may be unnecessary. This is a best practice in management. For example, Brian from Artistic Builders explained what good debt in his company looked like. By purchasing big pieces of equipment and machinery, this would help further his work as a builder, being able to complete more jobs and pay itself off in the near future. Financial discipline is key to any business and can be essential in our own lives as well. Having the understanding of what is a need versus a want, having goals set and working towards those goals will allow us as business owners and managers to see the end goal, what we want to accomplish. At the end of the day, it is about living within our means and sticking to these standards and guidelines we have set for our company. There needs to be restrictions and limits in order for there to be structure and growth. Tangible resources can look like a lot of different things dependent on the company. For example, in the Toa Luau, the tangible resources may have been the food at the luau, costumes for dancers, or memorabilia for guests. For Brian at Artistic Builders, it may have been the physical equipment, machinery, building supplies, and safety equipment. Whatever the tangible resources in your company may be, they need to be managed in a way that will ensure there is enough, that it is quality, and that it reaches the individuals it needs to reach. Through careful research, measuring, and consideration, a business can usually predict how much of a certain resource they may need. But in some cases, as the Toa Luau has experienced regarding their dinner at the show, there may be times when you have to eat the cost of the excess. Tangible resources will come and go as they wear and tear, but having an open communication with employees when equipment breaks or goes missing is key from a manager's perspective, as it will allow for greater relationships and respect with employees. This is a best practice that Brian from Artistic Builders emphasized greatly. Lastly, human resources or your employees act as one of your greatest assets. They run your business, and in many cases are who the customers see and interact with. As a manager, it is very important to have an open and honest communication with your employees, as the feelings and attitudes of your employees can impact the performance of the final product at hand, whether this be positive or negative. One of your biggest obstacles in a company can be finding the right cultures of individuals to work together. When hiring, keep in mind the values, beliefs, and culture of the individuals you hire, as they will be who you are working with and be the ones that represent your business, bringing to life what you intend to sell or create for customers.
Thank you for attending this presentation by Big Problem, Simple Solutions.